Hey y'all, Nickie Brown here. So, since I've been in this man down situation, so for those of you who don't know, I've had sciatica now for over a year. So, I'm unable to do things the way I normally would. So, like, simple things like grocery shopping and laundry, like basically I've had to find I guess what you would call non-traditional ways of getting these things done. So one of those things is ordering groceries for pickup. So if I'm able to, I'll have them delivered, but within the last, say, maybe 4 or 5 months or so, I've been doing more pickups. In the beginning of this journey, and I'm going to call it a healing journey. In the beginning of this healing journey, I had a lot of stuff delivered. Of course, I didn't expect to be out this long, but I was definitely... So on a scale of 1 to 10, in the beginning, my pain level was at a 12. Once my pain levels went down to like, and this is not every day, but on some days it's like maybe a 6, right? I would say today is one of those days. It's probably a 6. So it's like the pain is still there, but it's not the highest level of pain that I've experienced since I've been out. And so there have been days where I would be in the bed for a day or two, couldn't move, couldn't get out of bed, and I would have food delivered, and so that at least I wouldn't have to try to stand up to the stove. I could just go to the door and have them, and get my delivery. But that if that's not in the budget, it's not in the budget, right? So like I said, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. So what's this? So maybe around, maybe not even that long. Yeah, maybe about 4 months ago. So let's say around December. I wasn't able to do delivery, but I needed groceries. So I decided to do pickup. And I love Instacarts for that. This is not a paid advertisement, but my local Publix, right? When I tell you they're really fast, usually, depending on what I order, but usually within, say, 20 minutes to an hour, they have my order ready, right? Today is one of those days that I ordered. And when I tell you I looked to see what time, because they send you an email confirmation. I placed my order. Now, I only had 3 things, so it wasn't a whole lot of stuff, but obviously they weren't busy, or whoever, made my purchases wasn't busy. So it was just organic bananas, organic walnuts, and some frozen pineapples. So only 3 items, right? I placed my order on Instacarts app at 2:56 p.m. And then I kind of like took my time and watched like a 15-minute video, because I'm thinking, it'll be at least maybe 20 minutes. But I was getting dressed, because I wasn't dressed. I was getting dressed at the same time. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and get dressed. I had a pair of socks that I washed out by hand, because there are some white socks and I wore them yesterday, and they got a little dirty at the bottom, so I just, wash them out by hand real quick. I'm just kind of taking my time, because I'm thinking it's going to be at least 30 minutes, right? I looked at the email. They will finish the order by 3:02 p.m. So once I got finished getting dressed and doing what I was doing, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and head that way, because my order should be ready by the time I get there. not realizing it was already ready. And I knew it was gonna be fast, but I wasn't expecting that fast. You talk about good service. I love that. That wasn't even 10 minutes, and my order was complete. So I'm very appreciative of that. Again, it's very convenient, especially if you are disabled, or unable, you have kids, or for whatever reason you're unable to make it to the store. Even if you're at work, right? You're at work and you want some order from Instacart so that you don't have to, like, you're tired, and so that when you get off work, you can just go into the store. I'm sorry, you don't have to go into the store. You can just pick up your items, and they bring it right to your car when you do pickup. But then, of course, you pay a little extra. You can get the express delivery. I think it's $9.99 a month, $19.99 a month. I can't remember. I did a 30-day trial. But at that point, I didn't feel like I was going. Again, I didn't realize how long I would be in this situation. So I didn't continue the membership because I didn't think that it was necessary for me to pay $10 a month just in case I ordered. But then it did become a regular thing with me ordering groceries. But they make it pretty convenient for you, so you can pay for the monthly membership, and then you get free shipping free delivery, because otherwise there is a small fee. It's not a whole lot, but there is a fee. Then if you order over a certain amount, sometimes it'll be free as well. So I think it's great. Again, and I used to actually deliver for Instacart, so depending on what store you order from, some stores you actually shop for the customer, and then in some stores, like say a Whole Foods, the order would be ready and you just go to like the lockbox. You know how you do the Amazon lockbox? You just go pick up the items from the lockbox, or whatever the designated area is, because in Publix it's like they have well, if you do pick up for Publix, an associate will bring it to your car. But if you deliver for Instacart, you would go inside to see one of the associates, and they would give you the customer's order. You would show them the app, scan the bags, and deliver them to whoever they're supposed to go to. Sometimes you'll get 2-3 orders at one time. You would just need to separate them, or if you're actually doing the shopping, you would need to separate them. I would always get like a basket for one customer and a handbag. So I would use a shopping cart for like the larger order and a hand basket for the smaller order. Is usually how I would do that, to make sure that I can keep everything separated. Or I would use the top part of the shopping cart, depending on how many items they were purchasing. But once you get to the register and they scan the items, you can't scan something that customer didn't purchase. You have to, the cashier has to scan what the customer actually purchased. But anyway, they make it a little bit challenging, so it's not so easy to make a mistake, is basically what I'm saying. If you're organized, you can get it done. But anyway, doing the pickup is so convenient. It's so easy. I love it. And like I said, so once your order is ready, you just go into the app and you say, I'm on the way. And basically they have GPS, so they can tell when you're close to the store. Now usually you have to park in a spot, but the last couple times that I've gone, I didn't even have to park. Like, somebody's at the front door and they just bring it right over to the car, and then you go on about your business and the transaction is done. And I just, head on back home. I love it though. if for whatever reason you're unable to make it to the store, or you're too tired to go to the store, or you just don't want to go to the store, you can either schedule a pickup where at least, like, and I mean, I am dressed, I am showered and dressed, but if you want to get up and go in your pajamas, you can. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be in your car, not unless you need to go somewhere else, but you'll be in your car. And again, depending on what area you live in, and depending on how large or small your order is, you pick up your groceries in an hour or less, because I can't tell what time. Oh, it's 3:25. Like I said, I placed that order at 2:56 p.m. and the time on my clock on my phone, the timer says 10:53. So 10 minutes and 53 seconds, and I'm about to pull up, pull into the parking lot. Now, unfortunately, well, I could stop the video and then, but I don't have permission to record the associate who brings me my groceries, so I'm not even going to do all of that. But like I said, I'm about to pull up at Publix right now, and they're going to give me my order. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get off here, because I do need to put in the app that I'm here. But they probably, or like I said, they already know that I'm here. I wouldn't be surprised if the associate is standing outside already. But I may have to park. Maybe they got busy, because I don't see anyone. But they make it very convenient for you, so I'm thankful for this service. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. Later. Love you. Yep, from start to finish. So it was a manager, actually. He was already outside. He confirmed that I was picking up an order. And you have to put the make and model of your car, so they pretty much know what you're driving. And again, he just confirmed that I was picking up an order, and I got my bananas, walnuts, and frozen pineapples for my smoothie bowl. I already have some coconut, so I'm basically making a pina colada bowl today. That should be fun. I have the unsulfured Bob's Red Mill. Had to put the window up because I don't want you to hear too much wind noise. But yeah, I have the Bob's Red Mill unsulfured coconut, and sometimes I take the flakes and use that to make coconut milk or coconut water. I prefer, of course, fresh coconut water, but that box is a little heavy for me, because there is what they call a farmer's market near me, and you could get a whole box for about $25, $25.99 if I'm not mistaken, and you get about 8 or 9 fresh young coconuts, the green ones, and it's really good coconut water. It's good and fresh. You could put it in the Frigidaire and let it get cold. I have a coconut opener, so I like to open them and put them in one of my glass jars, and then sit it in the Frigidaire. And so whenever I would like coconut water, it's just good and fresh. Because sometimes if you leave them sitting in the shell, they do start to turn pink, and it's just an indication that it is actually fresh coconut water. But really, you should drink it within a couple days. Usually any fresh fruits and vegetables, for the most part, you should consume within 3 to 4 days. But the thing about it is, we don't know how long it's been on the truck, and we don't know how long it's been in the grocery store. So sometimes by the time it's made that trip on the truck, especially if it's something imported, you know, it's made the trip on a boat or a plane, and then it's delivered to your grocery store on a truck, and then maybe sat in the grocery store. You don't know how long it's been there. So you may see that pink hue happen sooner than not, I guess is what I would say. But I mean, it's not necessarily spoiled or anything. It still tastes pretty fresh. But I do recommend that if you buy fresh coconut in a shell, that you take it out the shell as soon as you get it and refrigerate it. That's just my recommendation, but you know, you have to do what makes sense to you. You drink it right out the shell. If you can drink it like within a couple days or in one sitting, depending on how many you have, maybe you'll drink it within a day or two. So that won't matter. Or maybe you're okay, because the harmless coconut water, that turns pink. Like sometimes when you go to the store to buy it, it's already pink. I'm sorry, I'm tapping. And it doesn't mean it's bad, but it just means it's natural. It's kind of like how natural products or juices, there's a separation. I say the pulp will start to separate, or if it's a product and it has oil in it, the oil may start to separate, and you just shake it up or stir it up and it's fine. So again, once it turns pink, it doesn't mean that it's bad, but it doesn't mean that you should, you know, hold on to it much longer. Like, I feel like you should consume it within, you know, a couple days at least, once it starts to turn pink, or at least use it in your cooking or something. Back home in a moment. So it took 10 minutes to get there, and I'm at the 6-minute mark, so I'll be home in about 4 minutes, and I will show you my pina colada bowl. Yeah, I'll show you my pina colada bowl. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So here's my purchase. Now, the signature on my email address is One Love, One Heart. So it always says One Love on the bag, and I even put it up here because I just love seeing that. So here's my pineapples. They did put that in a separate bag because it is frozen. They didn't have any organic, so I just got the Dole brand. And we're going to put that in first. About that much. It's probably a cup and a quarter. No, it's about a cup. Okay. Now, I'm going to go in with my bananas. See, they put it in this bag. And then my walnuts. You have to be careful when you buy nuts and certain dried fruits because they could have mold on them. So you may want to stick with a brand that you trust, because you get what you pay for. So, you know, the more you spend, the better quality of a product you get in some cases. So I just put maybe 1/4 of a cup of coconut in there. I'm gonna put a little bit more. And I am gonna add some walnuts to make it a little milky. So I'm kind of making coconut walnut milk, but I'm just putting it all together like a one pot or one blend smoothie bowl. Instead of making the coconut or the walnut milk separate, which is what I normally do, I'm just putting a few walnuts, not a whole lot. And these bananas are kind of big. They are organic. They didn't have the baby bananas, and Wayfield has baby bananas, but I just wanted to go to one store, so I just got everything from one place. Like I said, my pain level is about a 6 today, so it's not the worst it could be, but it's not the best it could be. So, and I went to the store yesterday while in pain, so sometimes it just aggravates the pain more, that's all. I didn't want to deal with that today. So I cut up the banana in half. And this is going to help to make it very creamy. And you don't have to really cut it up in small pieces like I'm doing, but I'm just doing the slices. I'm going to do the slices. The slices are really more so for when I get ready to actually put them on top of my smoothie bowl. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of water. That was probably about a half cup or so. You can see the water stops right about there. And then the Santa Cruz organic lime juice, I'm just going to put like a splash, because that'll help with the flavor. Okay. And now we'll blend. All right. So this is a smoothie bowl and not a smoothie, so I didn't want to blend it too long, but it looks good and creamy. If you want to get the little bit that's on the side, you can use a spatula like this. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and give it a little tasty taste. Yes, that's that pina colada taste. So if you like pina colada, now you can use coconut milk, coconut water, because you will have some coconut like chunks in there, but I don't mind that. So if that bothers you, don't do it the way I did. Use coconut milk or coconut water. Okay, so I'm just kind of quartering the bananas. I cut it in half first and then in half again. Okay, this is my smoothie bowl so far. Let's see if we can move it back a little bit. So I should be doing this on my cutting board, but I'm not. Actually, I'll do it directly in the bowl. Okay, if you feel like you may cut yourself, then don't do it the way that I'm doing it. But I'm good. If you have fresh pineapple, you can add that on top too. I don't have any fresh pineapple, so I'm gonna do banana. And then I have some granola. And yes, my hands are clean. I did wash them before I got started. So you can add more coconut flakes if you like, but again, the coconut is in the mix for me, so I don't really need extra coconut flakes. But what I am going to do is add some walnuts. And what I'm going to do is basically press them down. So I'm just going to press to kind of break them up a little bit. You can do this with a knife, whatever you feel comfortable doing. You can even soak the walnuts. That way you'll definitely know that they don't have mold on them. But I think I'm satisfied with them. The way that they are. And there you go. I think I might want to use the other half of this banana, but as I get down to the bottom, I'll figure that part out. But I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Later. Love y'all.